Hello, this is Judy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to it. I hope you're a subscriber. If not, please subscribe because I have a lot of good content. I try to always teach something. And today I'm going through my Christmas cards again. It's going to be just an informal hangout. I'm going to try to upcycle and just add a little bling and interest to them. This is one I did on the first segment, and everything is dry now. Looks cute, but I wanted to ink the edges, so I brought out my Lucky Clover Distress Oxide ink right here for you. And let's see, got my sponge dauber, and hopefully it's a good color. Oh yeah, that looks good. See how that white edge is there? So I'm just going to try to make it look a little bit more finished. I might have to go with a deeper color. We'll see. When we do one side, we got to do the other side. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a darker color. So let's see what I've got here. How about pine needles? Oh, that would be darker. I don't know. Yeah, that covered it up. That's what I needed. All right, that looks good. I'm okay with it the way it is. It's pretty. And now I just got to add the sentiment on the inside. So I want to do this one too, because again, you can see the white. And we'll go right with the pine needles this time and avoid the Lucky Clover. So if you ever have a card that doesn't close correct way, this is a good way to cover it up. You could use a sponge dauber too, but cute. That's pretty intense here. I'm okay with it. Let me get that a little bit darker there. All right. It's better than it was. That's the whole idea, to make it a little better than it was. That's pretty. Okay. Next one is this Happy Holidays. I'm going to clean this off so the back of the card doesn't get all inky. I don't know. This might be kind of intense. Should we try it? Should I go on some scrap paper? Let's go on some scrap paper. And I can always use this for a die cut of a word. But I want to have green instead of white. Maybe a little ombre. It's good practice too. There we go. So again, don't drag it through the back. Don't drag your card through the back or through the ink. All right, so we're just gonna go with a light touch. Just adds a little dimension to it. Looks like it's almost got a halo or a color cast. Great. Now the one thing I wanted to cover up was this white right there. See that? And I don't think it's where I put that piece. I thought maybe it was because I didn't put it on straight. It's because the card isn't folded correctly. Okay. So in order to cover that up, just make it a little less noticeable for my eye. There. It's a little bit better. I don't know, maybe I'll get my bone folder and try to fix the crease, huh? Let's see, how would be the easiest way to do it? Like this. There. Well, now the bottom is a little off. All right. Does it look better? Okay. Well, now I can see it a little at the top. Oh well, I'm gonna leave it as it is. It's gonna have to be okay. But what a difference, right? That halo made it look really nice. There's still a lot of ink on this dauber. Just when you think, oh, there's not enough ink left, and you put more ink on, and it's like, oh my goodness, there's still plenty of color. I am pressing down with a little bit of pressure though. All right. Now I want to color the inside. That liquid pearls that I put on here really looks pretty. All right, and I wanted to show you, I got these at the Goodwill. Look at brand new bottles of embossing powder. Black sparkle and silver detail. So those will be fun to try and break out here. All right, so let me see if I can find a stamp to put on the inside. All right, I found this well-used stamp. I think it says, sending the warmest Christmas wishes to you and your family. Boy, is that well-used, right? Okay, so let's find a block. Let's see if my little one will work. It's tiny but effective. And I think I'm going to stamp in green just to keep the flow of green, but I'm not going to use the Distress Oxide because it takes a while to dry, and if I close my card, it could get ink on the side, so I don't want to do that. All right, I pulled in the pine ink, and let's test this and make sure it stamps good. And my Versamat is, oh, and I see ink there. I'm going to get on the back of my card. All right, ink, lots of ink. All right, so let's see if this looks good. And I'm using the top side of my Versamat because if I flipped it over and I had the cushion side, the very fine detail of this could get a little distorted. Very nice. So no matter how well used they look, they still work great. All right, so that card's ready to go. And the next one. All right. So let's see what's next. Another card I showed in the first segment was this one for my grandson, and I found with lots of love. It's perfect to give him because he's not real good at reading yet, so that'll be great. And I found this enamel dot to put on the center of that snowflake. And again, that was Let the Magic of Christmas Warm Your Heart. All right, so let me pull some more cards. Were for the stamp of the month this month, these Mandala Christmas snowflakes. And I have a lot of them to put sentiments in. I made so many. So let's do that. And I like this one because it says Heartfelt Holiday Wishes. May you be blessed with all the happiness your holiday can hold. I think that's perfect. Because, you know, he's holding on to the string. It's fitting. All right, so let's bring in this one. And I think I'm going to bring out the Mist ink because that is a color that I used on a lot of the cards. It's a deep, dark blue-gray. Not as dark as Harbor, though, so let me get that. I guess you could even call it a greeny blue-gray, right? It's a really pretty color. So let's test this one as well. This one's nice and clean. I mean, I'd have used it as much, if at all. It's amazing how many of my stamp sets I go through, and some of the stamps I never use. So that one looks good. So this is really pretty. I thought these cards were just wonderful. And I've seen some on the internet that are very similar. It's funny how, well, there's a lot of makers that do close to my heart, so I'm guessing that, you know, I'm not the only one that has ideas like this, but hang on a second. All right, I pulled out some other stamp sets because I want to do the inside of the card. And look at that one. Isn't that one pretty? I think that'll look so nice on the inside cards. It could look good on envelopes, too. Any of these little border ones. I love my border stamps. All right. So, let me see what that other... There it is. Not big enough. All right, let's pull out a bigger one. Okay, here's a bigger one. Now, one of the tricks to getting these lined up is to just put it down and let it go in its natural shape and then pick it up with your block. Because trying to do this, I just never get it straight. It just sticks to your fingers and just seems to always be wonky. So if you pick it up like that, it seems to work out good. I brought out these other stamps too. This is the new Unique Snowflakes, and I was stamping some of these. They are so pretty. I love this one and this one. They're very pretty. So maybe we'll use some of those. Oh, and here they are even stamped and cut out. I got a couple samples here. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? So I could use those to put those on some of the cards. This one didn't come out so well. I tried to emboss it, and then I had to double emboss it, and yeah, it wasn't a hot mess. But this one's pretty. So I could lay it like that. Or maybe one of these. It could be overlapping. Or coming out of the side or something. But anyways. So you get thin cuts with the 5 big ones. And then the little ones are not. So this one's pretty. And some of these little ones, they don't really even look like snowflakes, but these 2 smaller ones do look pretty good. And this one's good. This is from the new Season Greetings. I like that one. That one's cute too. But even having the snowman or something on the inside is good. And then this one, these pretty ones here. They try to have them in, you know, winter ones so that whatever stamp set you get has ones that you can use. So I have a lot of snowflakes. I just hope I remember where I got them. Let's get this one too. So we're putting this on the inside. Let's see how it looks. Haven't stamped it yet. Let's test it first. Looks good. Be good to have stickles in the middle of it too. Perfect. Oh, I see hair. I'm shedding again. All right. Maybe we'll put a little snowflake in there too. Just because. Test it. No, I don't like that one. I want a fine, pretty one. Let's see if this one's better. Yes. And then go off the card like that. And maybe put one down here. Very pretty. All right. That card's ready to go, little bunny. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these. I've got this mouse. And that bunny rabbit. And this mouse. And that one I did with red. And that guy. He looks like he's going to fall. He looks tired. This one's really close. And that one. I like the background on that one. Well, here's a wood grain one. And that one. Told you I did lots. And that one. Oh, and there's a brown bunny. And there's a fox. And that was done with the copper pen, metallic pen. So it brought that color in. And then the gray bunny, and another gray bunny. And then one with red. And another mouse. I may have it. Nope, there's more. The fox on that red background. A mouse. And another mouse. I think that's it. All right. And I found these at Hobby Lobby. They were 60% off. Aren't they cool? They're great for, you know, adding layers. The little ball. It's a little bead, I think. I don't know. I think it's glued on there, but it was a good deal. I couldn't make them for that, so they're worth buying, right? All right. I'll be back. So what I'm going to do is put all the cards out. Get them all ready to go. And then I can do them all in order. And get it done real quick, hopefully. I'll have to bring each one down separately onto the surface so that they're not wonky. And I thought about putting them out like 1, 2, 3, 4 and then doing it, but I would have to reach, and reaching over and stamping just don't go good because you have to make sure it's lined up. So all the cards are out, and they all have that heartfelt holiday wishes at the top, so the same sentiment will be good for all of them. The same way with the star border at the bottom. And I can do each one the same way. So this makes it a lot faster than, you know, doing each one, then doing the snowflake, then doing the sentiment. I'll just do all of the stars, and then all of the sentiments, and then all of the snowflakes. And I'll fast forward through this so you don't have to watch this forever. Oh, a craft-avalanche, is that what you call it? A crafty avalanche. I have a lot of cards to do, so I will talk more when I come back to real time. And I think you notice I take the stamp and kind of roll it so that I'm not going straight down and straight up, which is how you're supposed to do it. But this way I know right where it's going to go, because I can't put my head right over top because the camera's there. So doing it like this, I can see where it's going to go and roll it. It seems to work okay. So, and oh my gosh, aren't there tons of Christmas card videos online? I love, love, love all the inspiration that you can get. Everybody is so sharing, and you know, they love it when you copy. They say go ahead. I love it when people copy what I do. I think that's great. And you know, if it helps you, a lot of times it's like using a sketch, a scrapbook. You just make it your own. It's okay, because coming up with ideas, it's hard. And no matter what idea you have, somebody else has already had it, and somebody else will come up with it again and think it's their own. It's just, there are so many people doing it and sharing the ideas, just they're just all over. But sometimes it's like, I don't know where to begin. I don't know what should I do with this? What would look good? It's like you just get brain dead. Creative juices are not going anywhere. So copying is quite acceptable. All right, so now we're going to do the sentiment. And look at how fast I got all those stamped. I got to be careful. I get the good coverage on this one because I don't want to not have a good impression for the sentiment. So this I got to take a little bit slower. So I'll speed up the video through this so you don't have to watch it real time, and we will talk some more when I get done. Okay, all done with the sentiment. I didn't think you'd want to watch a fast forward through everything, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the snowflake in the same manner. Because unless you watch this video, you think you get, or whoever gets these will think they have a very unique card that's made just for them. And really they are. They're all individually handmade, right? And I had so much fun with those snowflakes and the little animals and coloring them. But this part is okay to do in assembly line style. The next set of cards is this kind of design, and these are from the Christmas Story collection that's current right now. And this is kind of a design that they had. But I had a whole bunch of these cut out pieces, frames for making shaker cards and just for making frames with the thin cuts. And this piece is actually from the Cherish thin cut that had this kind of a thin cut that came with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. So what I did was I cut off the scallops, and you were left with just the stitched border with that cut out portion. And I see a little one right there. I gotta try and get. That'll bother me. So I need to see if I can find a leaf stamp. Oh, look at on this one. So see that leaf stamp in the back, or the pine branch stamp, and then there's this. This was just one of those brush stroke stamps to add like a tabletop, and then the leaves behind it to add the greenery. And are you bent? Looks like it's falling over. I think I'm gonna have to add some glue to that. I didn't want to add a lot of glue to them because I want them to have a little dimension, but I don't want them flopping all over and pulling off and stuff. So let's add a little glue to you. All right. And this, yeah, has many, many layers. I love it. I didn't put any stickles on that. I'm going to have to stickle that one. And that's exactly why I'm going back through these to check them over to make sure everything is done. All the little things are stickled and blinged and glued down good. Some of the cards I've noticed if I use the Tombow, I'm trying to use up my old Tombow tape runner, and I should just throw it away because I've seen some of the pieces already coming up. They're not even a week old and they're already coming apart. It's so frustrating, but I'm so glad they don't carry that anymore and they have the new mono air. It's so much better. So let's go through some stamp sets and look for a sentiment for these cards. Not the snowflake one. Not a snowflake one. That's cute. You're like a snowflake, unique and one of a kind. Love it. That's not much. That's not. That's the actual snowflakes. Put that with the snowflake stamp. There we go. Let's see some of these other ones. The Christmas one we already used. We'll hold it out just in case. This one has warmest wishes. I want something a little bit more than that. May the magic of the season fill your heart and home. It's kind of a different feel, that writing to that writing, so I don't think that'll work. How about wishing you a season of faith, hope, and love? May the joy and wonder of the season be yours. Oh, that looks a little better. That's a good one. I like this. The snuggle is real. Wishing you a warm holiday season. These are from the tag set that they have current right now. And I taped all the little pieces together so I can fit them all in one stamp set, because they all came in their own individual stamp pocket, and it just was a lot of room. And I like this one too. Have yourself a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I already have Merry Christmas, so I don't want to say that again. Okay. Tidings of comfort and joy from our home to yours. That would be good. That one would be good. Because I already say Merry Christmas, so I don't want to say that again. Alright. I love this one. I use this one every year, I swear. I just keep bringing it out. It's a classic. Alright, so let's use From Our Home to Yours. And here, oh, you know what? I need to find a leaf stamp too. Something to coordinate with these. So, let's see, did I cut that? I cut that apart. That'd be perfect. Let me see. Let's do it on one and see how it looks. Alright. Let's try it on some scrap paper. And I think I'll use Harbor, because Harbor, well, maybe not, because a lot of them don't have that Harbor color. Like this one, for instance, doesn't have any of the Harbor, but they almost all have green, so let's do them in pine. I don't want to lose this. Okay. Looks good. So let's see about the leaf branches. How about if we use sage? I have to put this on a little bit bigger block because I don't want the edges not to stamp. This is pine, okay, so I need sage. Oh, that's pretty. Should we do one at the top? I think just at the bottom. I don't know, I like it, but what if I don't have it lined up? I'd have to be very careful. I don't know if I want to be that careful. Well, do you find yourself just wanting to get them over with? I just want to get them over with and get them done and get them sent out, but it's not time to send them out yet. So I'm just so happy I have a lot of them done. Usually I'm cutting it close to the wire. All right. There's that. Yay or nay? I think I kind of like it just at the bottom. I think I'll be happier doing it that way. Alright, so let me cover this up and put that away. And then I'm going to get all my cards lined up so I can do it assembly line style again. Alright, I'm done. I got them all done, but I wanted to go through and show you all the different, there's a lot of different things that are in these. So this one I just used the ink dauber to do the underneath the mason jar. This was a piece of a die cut border, thin cut border with the stitching, and I just cut it to match the borders of that piece. This is, oh, this is one of those white cards that was 4 inches. So I glued it onto the wider base, and that was distressed oxide colored. You can see the different colors there. So that worked. Look at all the ink on the back. That's how I learned, don't leave the ink on your mat. But I distressed oxide around the outside of this red panel too, and then used the silver metallic marker to go around there and around the mat. And I think that's about it. This was a piece of paper I got from a swap box at a crop. It was gold writing, Christmas writing. It was really pretty to be thin cut like that. So next one has a green base, and this was a different thin cut border. I love that one with the little, it looks like little flowers. And here I did that stamping on the outside. This is a little more spread out, and there's again that gold printing on that paper. And this one has one of those thin cuts all the way across, and the copper metallic marker around the outside. Okay, this one has that same border, same kind of thing on this one. I don't see anything different. Again, has that stitched border on this one. And this one looks the same. That's a gold outline. I did kind of, but so it wasn't straight. I think I like the straight better, but it's okay. And this one is a top fold, and it's you know, has some of that greenery. I had to put the mason jar down off of the tabletop that I stamped there because the leaves were too tall and they went off the card. It was poor planning, and but it's still pretty. The stitch, this was a card panel, thin cut, a whole panel, and I had it in my stash, so I used it. I love the gray with all the other colors, and I used the outline stickles to outline that piece. And this one, again, this one is a little better. I put them down farther so I wouldn't have to put the mason jar so far down, but I wanted to center these matte layers still. So, but I love the look of these pine branches on that background. It just adds a lot of interest. And here in this one, you can see the stitching on the outside of that panel. All right, and there's another one with that same stitching. This has that Christmas story paper that's so pretty. And oh, this one has that sunburst card thin cut. And then this was a piece out of the same thin cut. It has that opening cut out of it, and I just layered them together, used this piece to make it coordinate. And then I did a splatters with the, I think it was the Seabrook, I'm not sure. It looks a little dark. It might be a darker color, I'm not sure, but it added a lot of sparkle. This one, same kind of panel. This has the postage stamp card size thin cut we had a little bit ago. So I got that, and I also put some stickles in those. Same one here with that thin cut, cut off the scalloped edged and use the postage stamp. And this one again has different panels and quite layered up, but this is one layer, that's the second one, and then a third. This white is the actual card base, so it's not as thick as it looks. And then this one, same as the other ones. And this one too, I love the lighter color here. I did that to match this panel. This one's pretty. It's hard to say which one is which. And this one's a different look with the red panel in the middle. All right, so I have one left, These are the ones I did at the beginning. I need to stickle that one. So let's get that done. So, any guess how many Christmas cards I made this year? I still have many to go to do the sentiments on, but make a gander down in the comments as to how many you think I actually made. See, it did a little pop fizz there. See? Oh, hate it when it does that. Let's just add a little more glitter here and there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to beat the bottle to get some more out. Hang on a second. Okay, I hurt my hand beating the bottle. But anyways, let's see if I got some more. Yeah, I've got a little bit more. It's either that or I have to get up and go get another bottle out of my supply stash. All right. Oh, I want to do the bow too. It adds a lot to have the bow done. And the lines. That's actually a little stamp that makes the string border around the mason jar. All these pieces are from the card making workshop from the Christmas story line. It's so pretty. All right, so that's enough for now. I will be back with more next video.